Hello everyone, it's Diane and I'm back and ready to start on, or to continue working on the third signature. I uploaded the other videos. Unfortunately, I did 3 videos and the second one won't upload for some reason. So we got the beginning of the second signature. We got the beginning of the third signature. We did not get the beginning of the second, or the end of the first signature. Second signature. You know what I'm trying to say, right? And I don't remember where I left off on the first signature, so I'm not going to show you the other pages, at least not right now. We're just going to keep going on the third and final signature. So what I have here is a page from a craft book. And this is an embossed piece that I've had in my stash. I did it a while ago. And I just sewed these little pieces onto it. And I glued it on as a tuck spot and just tucked this little index card in there. I don't know what I'll do with that. I'll decorate it somehow. But for now, I just tucked it in. So I was looking for something to use as a tuck spot here. And I found this. I got this in a bunch of stuff at a rummage flea market. And it is actually a stencil. You're supposed to peel this off and use this as a stencil. But I'm not going to peel it off. I'm just going to leave it on there as it is. And I'm going to glue it on as a tuck spot. I don't want to stitch through it because it's got sticky. It's got adhesive on it. So I'm just going to glue it on. And of course I had to fold the page differently because this is a much bigger. I'm not going to make it a tuck spot. I'm going to make it a pocket. It's a much bigger piece, so I had to fold the page differently. But I don't want all of the things to be the same. I just adapt. For whatever supplies I'm using, I adapt. So the journal, the video that won't upload is the longest one. It was like 43 minutes. So I'm disappointed about that. I don't know why it won't upload. Okay. And I will, of course, find something to put in there. Looks like that's all we have on this one. The next page is one of the long ledger pages. This is going to be a quick one too. I have a part of a doily on here. So it was this. It had 3 pieces to it, so I just cut this piece off and glued a button on it and just sewed it on. And then this just has a little printable folder, which we already decorated in a previous video. And I will just paper clip it. Here is the big ledger I was telling you about. This is very heavy. See how thick that is? And it's got this metal binding, which I don't know how to take apart. I know you have to be able to take it apart because you can put refill pages in it. So I've just been tearing them out. Have this, just fold it in half. I didn't add anything to it. See if it's the right height. I'm just going to trim a little bit off it. just paper clip this on. I'll probably add something to the paper clips too, tie something to them or add a little bead or something when we go back to finish embellishing. I'm just cutting this doily apart. I'm going to put this under the doily because I'm going to put a big button on there, and with all the holes the glue will seep through and I don't want it to seep onto the paper. So I could use a big star, a green one, oh, that one's a little small, or that. Which one do you think? This is what I used on the other one, and you know, I should have put some floss on that. I think I'll use that one, but I'll put some floss in it. Some pretty red thread. I don't even think I have to thread a needle because the holes are so big. Let's see if I can do this on camera. I'll go down that hole and up that one. Go down diagonally. Come up the last hole. And just tie it. Use my 3-in-1 glue to glue the button on. I'll just set that aside to let the button dry. I just remembered I have another video to do. I was going to do it before I got back into the journal, because when I went downstairs to get my lunch, I got my mail, and there's another Happy Mail there, and I don't know who it's from. It does not have a return address. Looks like it's from the UK, and there's no note inside. I opened it enough to, just pull out the package that's in the mailer, So maybe when I open the actual package, I'll find a note or something. And then I ate my lunch and forgot to bring it up with me, so I'm going to have to finish this video wondering what's in that package. So this is one of the craft sheets that came in a binder. So I have this one here. And all I did to this was add some embellishments and this little piece of paper here with some embellishments on the side. So that's pretty simple. Get this out of the way. Make sure I don't want to trim this down. Excuse me, it looks good. I guess I did. I trimmed off the holes already. So it goes this way. I'll use some of this green lace and some red velvet. I'll just take a square of this Speedsack fabric. Not exactly square. And just stitch it at the top here. Maybe I'll add another piece too. I'll put this green on there. And then I have this sheet from this little list pad. I'll sew it there. And this is a Christmas stamp. It came from an envelope. Someone sent me a little baggie of those Christmas stamps. And this was punched out of a Norman Rockwell Christmas book. And this is a vintage gift package seal. I'm going to just cut one flower off of it and glue it there, or sew it there. Okay, that feels dry. I think I wanted to do something else to that page. I brought this over with me. think I wanted to sew it on here to make the page a little bit bigger on that side. I probably wanted to sew that or glue that pocket there. Oh well. That's a loud car going by. Seems like it's pretty nice outside. I haven't been out yet, but I'm going to take a walk pretty soon. Oh, all right, so this is not adhering, so I'm going to have to sew it on. I hope that there isn't too much adhesive there. Doesn't seem to be gumming it up. It shouldn't be too sticky. It's a stencil. It's supposed to be, you're not supposed to stick it to something, but it's a little bit sticky to stick to that. So anyway, that page is done now. Next, this is from the Sharon Schnitty book, the paper cutting book it's just a little booklet. So it's got some Christmas images. Just fold that in half. Sew this on as a pocket, little tuck spot. So you could either color in these things or just journal on it, whatever you want to do. To put in the pocket, I have one of these. Now these cards came from, I got 2 books of gifts in a jar. One was for bread and I think the other one is soup. So this is not a complete recipe. You have to have the jar of bread mix to complete this recipe. I got it for these things. So I'm just going to tuck this in there. And then I have a piece of a vintage iron-on transfer that I'm going to tuck in there. Oh, but before I do that, I want to sew a little bit of trim here. I've got my trims kind of all heaped up over here. Get to the bottom of them and find something I haven't been using. This one's pretty. It's just a ribbon with a scalloped edge. This was on clearance at Hobby Lobby for 75 cents. And I haven't used much of it. If you like these florist hang tags that I've been using, I have one set left in my shop. They're not the poinsettia. They're just a variety of green plants, dish gardens, rose, mixed flowers. There's a variety of them. So there's only one set left in my shop, if you like them. I'll probably end up tying some seam binding or something through that hole. I'm looking for a green tree in here. Oh, maybe I could use this. It says joy. Or a white tree. That's pretty, I like that. This cute little button. Looks like a Dr. Seuss tree. Oops. We're moving along quickly. Oh, this is the last page, besides the card in the middle. So, a piece of scrapbook paper. Just going to trim it to the right height. Now, I'm not going to fold it in half, just fold it. So there's nothing there. I might do some stamping on that. On this side I have a plastic photo frame. So it came like this. I got it at the Salvation Army. It's very heavy plastic. And I just took these out of the book. So I'm just going to cut on the line here so it will fit. And then I'll trim it here a little bit so it's not quite so long. Well, if I put it on that way, then it'd be alright. It's not hanging off. I just want you to be able to get your pictures in and out. This one is going to be facing the binding of the book. That's all I did to that. So I'll sew this on with some trim. I use this color trim, this clear, or not clear, cream color trim. And in putting the pictures in here, of course you can take those out and put photos in, or you could turn this around, journal on it, and put it in that way and have your photo here, but you can still see this picture on that side. However you would want to do it. see what I have to stick in there. It's a little too wide. I could trim it, of course. These are Tsunami Rose printables. I do have vintage postcards and Christmas cards that I will probably, I'll try to include some of them in both of these journals. I just haven't put them in yet. I know this one fits without being cut. And then lastly, I have this card in here. Someone just sent these note cards to me, and I just gathered up some fabric on the back side of it. Excuse my arm reaching in front of you. I'm trying to find some fabric. So the signatures are now done, except for final embellishing. Yay! So I'm going to clean up. Well, I have to get ready to go for a walk, and I'm going to go read a story to some children at the after-school program at my church. So it's about an 11-minute walk to my church. About 11 minutes. I timed it once. So I think it seems pretty nice outside. So I'm going to take a walk and go do that and clean up my mess so I can find the front cover of this book. I'm not sure how I'm going to decorate the cover yet, but I think I might put fabric or something on the back. I'm not sure. I'm not crazy about that picture. The other book was very glossy. Let me show you that cover before I go. This cover was very glossy, so I sanded it because I wanted to make sure I could glue stuff to it. And I'm thinking about putting this scrap of a table runner on it, and this stuffed yo-yo with this little button somewhere on the front. But I'm not exactly positive how I'm decorating this cover, but I left the back. I might put something on the back. Decorating the covers is a fun part of the job. Okay, so I'm gonna stop babbling and get going. Sorry about not being able to upload that other video. Maybe I'll try it one more time, but I've tried it twice and it just says it won't upload. So I'll be back. I'll get this one uploaded, and then I don't know what else I'll be doing today, but I'm sure I'll be doing some more work in here. So thank you so much. Bye bye.